more on Robert Vadra's quizzing, getting you more information. Robert Vadra to be quizzed again today by the IT department. The income tax department officials are likely to examine Robert Vadra at his Sukhdev Vihar office at 2 p.m. in connection to a tax evasion case. That's a source-based information that we're picking up. IT department to quiz Robert Vadra at 2 p.m. in connection to a tax evasion case, because officials of IT have been questioning him. Recently on Monday, he was questioned for over 6 hours at the Sukhdev Vihar residence in Delhi in cases related to Benami properties. Also saying, and that was also source-based information that was coming in after yesterday's round of questioning, that they were not satisfied with his answers, and that was the input that was shared by the income tax team. Piyush, my colleague, tracking more details on today's round of questioning. Piyush, once again, Robert Vadra will be questioned by IT officials at 2 p.m. Tell us more.
Well, yes, Chriswin, like you rightly mentioned that yesterday itself he was questioned, and he was questioned yesterday for more than 9 hours, in which the details were sought from Robert Vadra about an alleged tax evasion case in some Benami properties, and he was questioned here at his office in Sukhdev Vihar area. And today also the income tax officials are all set to reach here. They are going to question Robert Vadra at around 2 p.m. and before that a team of chartered accountants of Robert Vadra, the team has already reached here to give all the details about the kind of questioning, about the kind of probe which is being carried out by income tax officials. Remember that ED is probing multiple cases against Robert Vadra. One is money laundering case, another is some acquiring land illegally there during the tenure of Bhupendra Singh Hooda, and also the land, Bikaner land also. So looking at the kind of multiple cases those are filed against Robert Vadra. Now what we are picking is that there is one more case in which there is alleged tax evasion at the part of Robert Vadra and companies. So looking at that itself, the income tax officials are again going to reach here at around 2 p.m. And before that, a team of chartered accountants of Vadra, they have already reached here. Let us also tell to our viewers that yesterday, after questioning for more than 9 hours, when income tax officials left, soon after that Robert Vadra also left from the same place from where.
Stay on with us. We also have a senior associate editor, Shravan Sen, joining us with more details. Shravan, Piyush has been sharing some of those details. At 2 p.m. once again, IT officials will be questioning Robert Vadra. What more can you share?
Well, in fact, Christine, this is only happening because on the first day when Robert Vadra was being questioned by the income tax department, by the end of the day, the questioning was not over. And that is the reason why it is mutually decided that the questioning will continue today. We're given to understand that the income tax department officials perhaps would be reaching Robert Vadra's office around 2 o'clock this afternoon and continue with the questioning. Now, a quick check as far as what this questioning is all about. We're being told that this case is with regards to a tax evasion over a Benami property that has basically come under the scanner of the income tax department. As far as Robert Vadra is concerned, remember, he's been maintaining all this while that all the cases that have been registered against him, be it the case with the enforcement directorate or for that matter even the case with the income tax department, is nothing but purely a political witch hunt that has been carried out against him. The reason why he's been saying this is primarily because as of now, remember, the enforcement directorate, which is also looking into certain Benami properties which are based abroad. In fact, a charge sheet has already been filed in this particular case, but not naming Robert Vadra as an accused in this entire matter. That's important to point out. But as far as the central agencies are concerned, they are saying that this is an ongoing investigation and they rather have some hard evidence against Robert Vadra, especially given the fact that there have been certain deals that were signed during the UPA era and the kickbacks were essentially received by Robert Vadra and his aides, which was eventually used to buy properties not just in India but also properties abroad, which has basically now come under the scanner of the enforcement directorate. As far as the income tax department is concerned, they are essentially looking into a tax evasion case, particularly arising out of a Benami property.
All right, many thanks, Shravan, for that. Going back to Piyush as well, who's tracking continuously the developing story. Piyush, Apart from the IT officials who are expected to reach there at 2 p.m. outside Robert Vadra's office, we'll cut across live to those visuals as well. But we have a team of chartered accountants as well who've reached there.
Well, absolutely. Yesterday itself, like we were telling to our viewers, that soon after the IT officials left from here, Robert Vadra came out of his office and he briefed media. He told media that there's nothing but a complete political vendetta because the government wants to divert the attention of the people of the nation from the kind of protests that are taking place there at Singhu and Tikri border, and that's why he's being targeted. And before Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, she was targeted by the same agency. So this is what the Robert Vadra had to say. But at the same time, it's very important for Robert Vadra to explain as to why income tax officials are now here to record his statement. There are some cases in which, he has been, evading the kind of questioning to which the IT officials wanted him to come to their office and record the statement. But he cited COVID protocols and did not go there. And that's why the officials have come here at his office to record his statement. Before that, a team of chartered accountants, they have
already
reached here.
And like Shravan was pointing out, Piyush, yesterday's round of questioning wasn't completely over. Apparently, the income tax officials were also not satisfied with the answers given by Robert Vadra. Once again, they're set to question him at 2 p.m. outside his office here in the national capital. We'll leave it at that, Piyush, for the moment. Thank you. Quickly playing out some of the other news updates. We're tracking on several operations being carried by forces across the country.